Hey everybody, welcome to the best podcast ever, brought to you by BOE Reviews. I am your host Jake, joined by Jack and Will.
Yeah.
Yay.
We're
I have
together
finally,
again.
yeah, I've finally recovered from having chunks of meat being torn from the back of my throat.
What? Yeah, tonsillitis.
Tonsillectomy. I actually did not have tonsillitis. I was just kind of like, I hate my tonsils. Let's get them out of there, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
And it's worked out pretty great for me.
Oh, I forgot tonsillitis was actual, a thing. I was just being retarded. And then it backfired on me.
Yeah, to be an actual medical problem, that could be a reason for a tonsillectomy. Yeah, I also had a bunch of chunks of meat taken out of my nose, too. So every once in a while, when I blow my nose, I think a fetus comes out. That's what it looks like.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's horrible.
That's pretty cool, though. Like, what are you going to name the child once it is born?
I'm going with Schmebulok.
Schmebulok. Dude, I'm going to bully the shit out of that kid when he comes into my fucking college-level class. I'm going to be like, hey, what are you, Jack's kids, Schmebulok?
Side note, that also sounds like a reason why you would have things removed from your nose. Like, oh man, got a nasty case of Schmebulok.
Yeah. That sounds like a derived term, like medical term. You know, like how the medical term gets like derived
turned
into
a...
like slang.
Yeah, like retard or autist. Yeah.
You fucking Schmegulok.
You know, Aziz Ansari did scientifically prove that if you say any word with enough conviction, it does become a racial slur.
Yeah, it's true. But this isn't a racial slur. This is a...
This is Jack's child.
Yeah. This is only your child.
Yeah. And when I meet him, the first thing I'm going to say is, like, you weren't even good enough to be born in a test tube. You're born in a nose.
So, Jack, tomorrow's your birthday.
It is. Tomorrow is the birthday, and I'm probably going to be carrying on my tradition of actually considering buying a AAA $60 game on my birthday.
So, here's the thing. So, spoiler alert for our listeners. I already got Jack a gift, and last night I was looking through, and I was like, I need to get him a game. I don't care, that's just how I am. I don't care how much money I spend on gifts for friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, what does he want? I go to the wish list, and then I see For Honor. I'm like, oh, I'll get him For Honor, But then I read the reviews, and it's like, this is almost near unplayable because of how they're doing the internet connection. They're setting it up with peer-to-peer.
So remind me to talk about this after you finish your story, because I saw a really good video on that, but keep going.
Mm-hmm. But I was like, well, that's the internet connection might be shaking. It's getting a shit ton of negative reviews. I'll probably hold off on that. Even though it's a gift, I want to get them, a good game. I was thinking about getting you the Resident Evil 7 game, but then I didn't see that on your list.
I started watching Jesse Cox play that today. Real fucking dope. It's really cool, but keep going.
And I kind of also assumed, like, well, a lot of the effect of the game and things like that would be lost if he's already seen a playthrough of it, and it's 3 a.m. There's no way he's awake. I'm not going to just be like, hey, did you watch Resident Evil 7? So I was like, what game could I get him that he'd enjoy? And I couldn't think of anything like game I wanted to give you that was on your wish list. Just like, what game could he enjoy? Oh, Spaghetti Town 5.0, also known as Factorio, the programming game.
Yeah, I was about to say Factorio hits something very fundamental inside of me. It's a lot of the same reason I love writing good code. It's that satisfaction of being like, look at this shit work.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that happen?
Yeah, it's the like drive and things as a programmer of like having this task and eventually just seeing it work. It's like the most basic fundamental like kind of human thing of I have a task, I did it, and I did it well.
And then five minutes later, you're playing. What the fuck was I thinking when I made this?
Yeah,
this
like I
then
can't.
you go around
I
and spend
can't
another 10
access
hours optimizing it.
Yeah, I can't access this major resource anymore because I'm a fucking idiot.
There's a game that there's a game similar to that where basically you're operating the Russian bureaucracy and who gets into your country.
Oh, Papers, Please.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that, but without coding.
Yeah, it does have that similar desire for that optimization. But quickly going back to For Honor, so there's some fucking absolutely tiny YouTuber I watch who does all of these. I want to get the name right so I can shout him out.
Yeah, I was about to say you got to name drop that shit, even though we're tinier than him.
Oh yeah, we absolutely are. Battle Nonsense is his channel. He does netcode analyses, and he compares netcodes, and he talks about that kind of thing. Talks how to optimize your internet connection. I think he's an IT guy. If I had to place his accent, I'd say Germany or like Sweden or something.
It's more than likely Sweden, to be honest. That accent just goes everywhere.
Yeah.
But how do you spell his name?
Just Battle Nonsense.
Oh, Battle Nonsense.
All one word.
Okay,
Yeah, Battle Nonsense. And so traditionally how these kind of peer-to-peer connections work is one person acts as the server for the game. That's how I know Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 uses that system.
One person acts as the host, and then everyone else connects.
Everybody
to the host
connects to them.
Peer-to-peer.
So that host generally has a significant advantage because they effectively have like 0 ping.
Right.
But everybody else gets shit on. So what For Honor does that's really, really weird and interesting is everybody is a partial host.
Ooh.
And it's based off of who you're playing against. So you could be fighting one person and your ping against them could be 5, but you go against somebody else who's in a different country than you, it could be like 300. So it's all over the place. And that's the big problem that people are having is it's so inconsistent.
Yeah, and that's what it seems like. Like a lot of the negative reviews are people who put in a shit ton of hours already. You know, they're still playing the game.
Yeah, I hear it's fun. I hear the gameplay when it works is really fun.
I played the beta, and that was not a game you wanted to play with a mouse and keyboard.
Yes, I also heard that.
Because, like, it's so finicky, so you can attack in the stage directions for stage combat. Except I think instead of 4, they have 3. They have above and then left and right. But you indicate where you're going to attack or block with your mouse, and then if you slightly move your mouse, like, it will change the direction, which can just seriously fuck you over, especially if you're used to controlling cameras with your mouse. It seems like very much a controller game.
A lot of people are also very skeptical of how Ubisoft is going to deal with the game as a whole. You know, they have. While this is unfortunately kind of standard these days, there's already a $40 season pass out for the game.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, that's not surprising, especially from AAA people at this point.
What does that do? Like, I've always seen season passes.
So
like, where you can buy
passes, they offer them. Basically, you're paying in advance for DLC that you'll get at a cheaper rate.
Theoretically cheaper rate. I honestly don't double check most of the numbers. I wouldn't be surprised if some games it doesn't pay off.
But a lot of them are like, well, we're going to put this one, which is, will push us above, the threshold for it being a cheaper rate. But in reality, like, you'd be like, why would I pay for that?
Yeah.
But a lot of them, like the Dark Souls ones, are generally the only ones I tend to buy.
They're also a lot cheaper. I usually see those go for like 20 instead of 40.
Those are 20. And the expansions for Dark Souls, the X packs, are generally 15. and they normally come out with 2 of them. So instead of $30, you're spending $20, but you're giving it to them in advance.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, season pass. I personally have never bought one. I don't think I might have gotten one automatically for some reason or something like that through like a gold edition.
Yeah, the only reason why I ever bought one was because Dark Souls.
Yeah, I think I'd have to really, really trust the company, and unfortunately, most of the companies who do use season passes are the kinds of companies you don't want to be. Yeah.
Is there any promise that there is DLC coming out, or is it just like
there is, yeah.
Does?
Yeah, there is a promise. I don't know how legally binding it is. I assume they do. They always end up pushing out something. It might be well after like you care about this game anymore, but they generally do push out the stuff.
Sure, like I can't imagine like Titanfall 1's season pass being worth it. I'm assuming it had one. I think it did.
I don't know. But yeah, generally I don't think I've heard of a case where they just didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing that somebody would make a stink about.
Yeah, it would be a huge stink, and there'd probably be some type of like legality talk in the gamosphere.
Makes sense. I always correlated that to like the seasons of like League or Dota, where you had changes in like the meta or different seasons of how things worked or the championships.
The name,
oh yeah,
the name
kind
is kind of
deceiving
misleading
name
on that.
But yeah, no, it's just you pay in advance, you get X number of DLCs, and the other shitty thing is a lot of times it doesn't include some DLCs.
Yeah.
Usually there'll be cosmetic ones, but I've definitely seen that happen before. So I'm pretty skeptical about For Honor. Like, if anybody is thinking about getting it, I would say just get Chivalry.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a different type of game, right? So it's like a combination.
They're very similar. Very similar.
Right. I mean,
it scratches the same itches, what I'd say. Fast-paced medieval combat with that individual combat focus and the precision and skill kind of thing.
Right. But the thing is, with For Honor, because I did end up playing the beta, it also combines Dynasty Warriors within it.
I did see a little bit of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just recommend Chivalry in general because that game is just an absolute blast to play.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's really well done. Like the controls are really smooth. Like even I played it.
It's one of those games where it's like you have to crank up your FOV to like 200 and just run around with your arms like 50 feet in front of you. It's a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah. But
even dying isn't bad in that game.
So I've been on.
It's brutal, yeah.
So I've been on a kick, because this does slightly tie into For Honor. I've been watching a lot of blacksmithing YouTube videos.
I love blacksmithing YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like, as funny as that sounds, they're just so relaxing to fall asleep to.
Yeah. Well, one of them is, a lot of them are, but one of them does a really good job. But he makes insane like shit. He makes a lot of like video game and fantasy stuff.
Are you talking about the Scottish? Well, not Scottish. He's like Irish welding dude.
Yeah, Michael Cthulhu. I love that. Dude.
He is really dope. I do like him a lot.
Insane weapons. Like he made he's made I forget his name.
I think he's made the furnace from Diablo.
Yeah,
and
he's made a lot. But he's made the axe that one of the Magic Gathering people have. It's that long wooden axe. He's made a bunch of Diablo 2 or Diablo weapons. He's made
bunch of Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah, he's made a bunch of Final Fantasy. He made the oh shit, what is the sword called in Berserker? It's the Guts sword.
I don't know.
He's made the Guts sword. that Guts carries around. He's made that, which was insane because that thing is huge.
Oh yeah, he makes absolutely massive swords.
Yeah, he'll make massive
swords.
He
made full-size Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the Guts sword, from what I can tell, was bigger than the Buster Sword that he made. But it's the same type of deal.
I'm just scrolling through seeing if I can find it.
Made,
I know the most recent one he did was the Sun Fury from Diablo 3.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But he made a Kopesh that it's really crazy that you hook it around your shoulder, and he made a shoulder plate for it, which was like some like scroll head or whatever, and you hook it around your shoulder, so then when you bring it out, he's crazy. And like he's so like eccentric, and like he has like custom made like welder's goggles. He has his own like breathing apparatus that he like made himself.
Oh yeah, if it was anyone else, I'd call him super fucking hipster. But I think that's just this dude's life.
I mean, it is, but like he's crazy, and I love it. He's like crazy in like the best way possible. He knows what he's doing, but he's eccentric. That's a better word instead of crazy. Eccentric.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not hipster. He's an original more so. He loves his hobbies and commits to them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by far. But
ridiculously talented dude. Like the stuff he makes is so cool.
Yeah. I've been wanting to get into blacksmithing stuff, but like I'm in an apartment right now.
Yeah. I think you'd be surprised how little you need, but like it rapidly
and
gets
in an
there.
Apartment. Yeah, like I know you don't need a lot.
Won't help in an apartment in a moderate to light city.
Yeah, no. If I end up moving down to Texas, which is something I'm probably gonna end up doing, one of the first things is getting a yard so I can set up like some type of forge just to fund that hobby.
Yeah, you really pretty much need like an anvil, a way to heat up your metal, and something to hit it with.
Yeah.
Like there's so much room to improve that, it's ridiculous. But...
Oh yeah.
What is in Texas that's so exciting?
I just want to live there.
Oh, totally.
just like Rooster Teeth is there for one. It'll save you a few bucks on a plane ticket every year.
Yeah, it will save me a couple of monies per year when I go down to RTX.
Is there would you describe, this is a question of someone who's never seen these, would it almost be like an ASMR where it's like you're seeing something methodically being made?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally don't get ASMR, but it's the repetition that kind of is almost, it's like that almost boring is how I'd put it. Like you're interested in it, in what's happening and what's going on and why, but it's a repetitive action. Yeah. Like I'd recommend just checking one out.
Yeah, it's
cool to see how this stuff works, but it's not like
I would say
constant. Also, a lot of people overlay their stuff with music and it's really quiet because otherwise you won't be able to hear a thing because it's so loud if you just get raw audio.
Yeah. Generally, I watch either Michael Cthulhu or a couple of other ones. Michael Cthulhu, basically, he explains its step-by-step process and things like that, which is the ones I watch when I'm awake. Generally, the ones that I kind of fall asleep to or, have as just background or like when I'm cooking, I'll watch them.
For falling asleep, you can find at least 10 channels of some like 6-year-old dude with a massive fucking garage with like $100,000 worth of equipment in it, who will just kind of be like, basically, this is how you.
Oh no, I don't even watch those. I watch the people who take like let's say a fucking iron or a monkey wrench, right? And they turn that into a sword.
I think I know that guy too. Yeah. Who does knives? Is like the knife channel or something?
Yeah, he does a bunch of like CSGO knives and shit like that. But he never talks. That's the appeal for me. Is like he just shows everything he's doing, but he fast forwards it and they're like 5-minute videos.
Huh.
Whereas,
Yeah,
like,
I know that guy too.
the guy Michael Cthulhu, his videos are an hour.
And he's a goofy dude too.
Yeah,
it's great.
He's great. I love that dude.
Yeah, like I follow. I was watching yesterday actually, these sculpting streams off Twitch.
Oh.
And yeah, and it's like overlaying music, which is kind of like weird, like medieval kind of stuff, which I'm usually not into. But it's like the process of watching it or hearing the artist describe what's going on or how they did it.
Yeah, and kind of similar as time lapse art, or I've seen streams of animators working. Animation I find is a little boring because of how long and tedious it is.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty cool.
You can cut in and out of it though.
Yeah.
And kind of look at it.
When Twitch Creative, well, it wasn't even creative when I watched it. It was they had the music thing for it. They had Twitch music, and there was this dude who was, good at guitar but learning guitar, and he was some French dude. I know that much, but he spoke English, and I don't know why. I was just so into watching his thing. He would take song requests, and he had Rocksmith, and he had a cracked version where, they basically added every fucking song under the sun and put it into Rocksmith. So he would just take in music requests from donations and then play those songs.
Oh, that's real cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was really cool. It was just a way for him to learn, and it was endearing too because he was like so grateful when anybody like donated. He had like this grandma like style angel statue, the ones your grandmas always have in their house.
Oh yeah.
And he'd be like, oh, in a kind of like heavy French accent, he's like, oh, thank you so much, kisses, and then he like puts the doll to the camera and just like and then he goes and plays this like heavy metal song. It's the funniest thing. I can't remember that guy's name for the life of me, and I tried looking for him. He was like in the off hours too, so this would be at like 3 a.m. I actually looked for him last night and I couldn't find him, so I think he either stopped or is doing something else.
Yeah, or like change time for streams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always thought it was a good idea to I never actually acted on this, but if you're going to create like a YouTube channel of like cooking or something, you take the concept of here's a whole bunch of random ingredients. I'm going to try and create a meal out of it, not knowing very specific techniques of how to do it, and then have it like reviewed as like here's what you might actually do.
I was about to say, I think you just described like Iron Chef.
Oh,
no, that's Chopped.
Oh, Chopped. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You just basically described Chopped.
Yeah, but like an uninformed version, like someone like me who I can use a crock pot and cook meals.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to do it and like, here's what you might do if you were going to do an actual recipe, or like, here's where I made mistakes or what you could improve upon. Make it more informative, but cut it down to like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I do actually really like that idea. I mean, I couldn't do it. I think I personally know like a little too much about cooking. I'm a little too good of a chef to do that personally. But I definitely like that idea of, oh god, my ingredients are like Cheetos, celery, and soy sauce. How do I make this not disgusting?
Cheetos, celery, soy sauce salad. Obviously.
Yeah, exactly. You whip it all into a sauce and drip it over hamburgers.
Yeah,
so
I'm so far into weightlifting and things like that. All I eat is chicken.
I was about to say all you eat is just whey protein dry.
Basically that, chicken, and then I have a ham and cheese sandwich for lunch every day.
I make salads a lot. Like I'll do wraps, salads, and
I don't like lettuce. I fucking hate lettuce so much.
Dude, that's why you put fucking dressing on it.
I still hate lettuce.
Dry lettuce can be good. Like if you're making burgers, if you want to substitute that and make it lighter and better, just large pieces of lettuce.
I was about to say, if I'm gonna have a burger, why don't I just remove anything healthy for me?
And like, just make a burger out of like a burger shaped chunk of hamburger cooked.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could do that, but like what I would want to do, I would make like a cranberry like turkey burger, and then top it with whatever sauce and wrap it in
you've
like
already lost
lettuce.
me
Dude,
because
gravy
you're going
sauce.
healthy.
Come on, go full Thanksgiving on that.
You're going healthy, and you
so
said
good.
turkey. Nah, it's got to be cow meat.
Yeah, I'm actually not a fan of red meat though.
Yeah.
Like if I can go nice meat, go lamb. It's so good.
I can't agree with that. Lamb is the greatest meat ever. I fucking love lamb.
Lamb is dope. I like red meat, but it just doesn't fit into diet stuff, you know.
Also, I lived with you when we had a kitchen for 2 years. I think that was 75% of your diet.
That was about
Those
like
2
Are
years.
you kidding me? That was like 90% of my diet was just red meat.
I think every other day I'd come home and you'd have a fucking roast in the oven the size of your head.
Hey, it was a good roast.
Oh yeah, they were
Hey,
always
roast.
goddamn delicious. You could fucking cook a roast,
Yeah.
goddamn. But
I
that
can
is
cook-
so
I
much
can-
red
I
meat.
can still cook a mean steak, but the thing is, it's just like with exercising and things like that, I want protein. I want to cut down on fat, so chicken is like the only thing I eat, basically.
So honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I would highly recommend tofu. There's a lot of really good ways to cook tofu.
Jack, I love you, but that's healthy food.
Dude, cover that shit in panko and flour. Bake that shit and like get
Jack,
like
you
7
assume I have flour.
sauce. It's delicious. Oh my
I've always
god.
wanted to do tofu stir fry. Like I've had it before, it's really good.
Yeah, it's
Delicious.
ridiculously easy to do too. Tofu is dead simple. I mean, unless you're working with a funky kind of tofu, it's so easy to cook.
Yeah,
It absorbs flavors well, right?
So since we're
Yeah.
on the topic of I
I thought you were gonna say video games.
No, yeah, fuck that. No, I got some bomb ass pancake mix. Oh fuck, they're called they're called like Frontier Flapjacks or something like that.
I might know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they have like a bear on them, but they're made with like whole grain or something. Oh, Kodiak cakes. That's what they're called.
Ah,
Okay, then.
Yeah, they're
might
called
not know that.
Kodiak cakes. They have like a bear on their logo. They're in like a cardboard box, and they're made with like whole grain and shit like that. Holy fuck, these things make the best pancakes ever. And they have like a good amount. They have like a good amount of protein in them. You can get ones with even more protein in them. But like, these are seriously some of the best pancakes ever.
have you ever tried doing like making like a peanut butter pancake? Because it's hard the way it mixes in.
I don't do crazy shit with my food. I'm a very bland
not hard.
person.
Peanut butter and pancakes is crazy shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy shit, man. I don't think you understand.
You mix in the
I
batter
don't
and add
add
wax
in
to water.
anything. I'm just
It's
like, this
gonna be good,
is my
though.
life.
If you liked Nutella, like I don't, but at the same time, if you like Nutella and put that on top of like
Dude,
peanut butter
Nutella
pancakes,
is straight chocolate frosting with nuts.
Yeah,
in it.
no, it's just straight up, like,
I don't
chocolate.
like chocolate that much. Like chocolate's fine. I don't care about it, and it's,
Yeah.
I don't. If I never ate it again, I'd be fine. But I don't want dark. I don't want dark chocolate spread icing. Like, out of like this year, basically, I've decided that I'm going to have healthy teeth because my genetics actively works against me.
oh yeah, no,
doing
mine does too.
And so I've cut out dessert,
You're
candy,
fucking up.
juice.
You're super
And,
fucking up. Holy fuck. How do you do?
It's
How do you live?
awful. I found a wonderful breakfast supplement that it is the worst name ever. It's called PHOOD.
Yeah, you were telling me about this a while back.
Yeah, it's so horrible
Food.
in the name. Yeah, but it's spelled
It's essentially like Bachelor Chow from Futurama,
Oh, that.
except less effort.
it's like
Dude,
vegan.
We can't have you be doing that
gluten-free.
shit.
It's vegan gluten-free meal supplement, and I make it every morning in the for breakfast before work.
Why don't you
And then
just
I
do
eat
like some
salads at
cream of
lunch.
wheat or some shit? Cream of wheat is actually kind of edible.
Well, I actually like the stuff. I've gotten used to it, as you do with supplements, and at like lunch I'll have wraps or salads, and then anytime I go out, it's the worst thing because I always want to get like juice, or I don't really drink soda. But
Yeah, I've never been big on soda myself.
I can't eat desserts at all.
I am the only one here who just like guzzles soda.
I can't do it.
I do. Yeah. So like my thing is like I drink a lot of soda, but I don't really have anything else like food wise that has sugar in it. Now obviously things are going to have a normal amount of sugar, but I don't eat like candy. I'm not eating like ice cream and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, like the only not healthy food I really eat is soda. So
I pretty much I go out on weekends and that's about it. I generally stay pretty healthy because, you know, it's the old quote from Samuel Jackson, Pulp Fiction. You know, my girlfriend's vegetarian, so I'm pretty much vegetarian too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like the only way I got around doing all that stuff and cutting everything out, which half of it I didn't eat or drink anyway, was I kind of amped up the amount of fruit I eat. Where it's like, whether it's a smoothie or I kind of prepare like fruit at the bottom stuff on my own.
Yeah, smoothies are fucking great.
Yeah, you drop so much into them, make them healthy. And they're sweet and wonderful. And you can get them low sugar depending on like the yogurt you use and the fruit you use.
Yeah, if you use Greek yogurt, that's actually the best because the sugars from the fruit basically mask the disgustingness of Greek yogurt.
Yeah,
and then you end up with just a normal like fruit smoothie without any added sugar. But I think that's enough about food. I linked the pancake mix in Discord. You gotta check it out. Big bomb ass pancakes. They're called Kodiak cakes. They're made entirely whole grains, shit like that. They're fucking amazing. But yeah. So Jack, what you been playing this week?
So I saw the new trailer for the new Mass Effect game, which looks like No Man's Sky, except you'd actually want to play it.
Oh, so it's an actual game?
Yeah, it's an actual game. And apparently there is an actual story to it that is linear, but, you know, there's all kinds of space faffing that you can do. So I see that, I'm like, man, I've put like 5 or 6, maybe even 10 hours into Mass Effect 3, never played the single player. They have a really great Horde mode for multiplayer. So I'm like, all right, I gotta play Mass Effect 3 before the new one comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, well, I can't just have a new character in 3. I gotta take a guy through the whole series. So I started playing Mass Effect 1, and I'm gonna try and see if I can beat the series before the new game comes out, which is kind of doubtful, because Mass Effect 1 is a little rough, and it's like 100 hours in total, depending on how much I want to do.
Yeah, I feel you. It's the same thing. When I got my PS4, I got the
Uncharted.
Yeah, I got the Uncharted one because it was actually cheaper for me to get the Uncharted bundle than just a normal PS4.
Yeah.
I don't know what weird fuckery, but like, I'm good with math. I have a math minor. I do a shit ton of math, you know, in my research field, and like, it ended up being cheaper. I don't know how, and like I confirmed it with the guy. I was like, "Hey, what's the PS4 cost, you know, versus like the bundle cost?" And it ended up being cheaper. But I got that. So then when I got it, I got the Uncharted series, you know, 1 to 3 on one disc, and then I have 4. I don't even begin to know how long that is going to take to beat, but like. You know, I think you might
be in a better position than I do. I don't think the Uncharted games are ridiculously long. Let's check time to beat.
Yeah. Also, a really good it's gonna take me in total about 41 hours. So yeah.
See, that's Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 3 alone for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I mean, Mass Effect 1 is only main story is 17 hours, main and extra is 29.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go for more of the main story because Graphics are a little dated for Mass Effect 1. Definitely holds up for 2, and I mean 3's not even that old.
Yeah.
And the combat's a little rough. It's a little fiddly to get you get 5 mods for your gears every 6 steps. So then you have to go through and re-optimize everybody's mods.
Mm-hmm.
And half of my weapons my character literally can't use. I don't know why my character comes equipped with them. We can't use assault rifles or sniper rifles, so I can still shoot them, but they're never gonna hit anything.
Yeah.
So the RPG mechanics are a little fiddly in 1.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to beating 2 again, because 2 is absolutely fantastic. I love that game.
Yeah.
What is the storyline behind Mass Effect? Because I played 10 minutes of the second one.
So
you're a mass and there's an effect.
It's a really fat guy jumping into a pool.
Yeah.
Serious answer is semi-near future, when humans have expanded throughout the galaxy and there's kind of society with various other life forms. Evil machine race called the Reapers are trying to destroy all life, and you're trying to stop that. And all 3 games kind of build on each other.
Yeah, it's like a trilogy of games in the sense of movies, where they build off, but you don't necessarily need to see the first one to enjoy the second one to enjoy the third. Speaking of which, recently I ended up seeing John Wick 2.
Ooh.
Do not spoil anything. John Wick 1 is one of my favorite action movies.
I'm not spoiling anything.
God.
But I never saw the first one, and just 2 was fantastic. It's now I found some fan art of it when I was scrolling through the Twitterverse, and it's now my background on my laptop, and I love it.
Yeah, I saw John Wick 1 not super long after it came out, and I absolutely fell in love with that movie. It's so good. So goddamn good.
Yeah. 2 apparently dealt, from what people who had actually seen the first one, Cortland and Jonah were saying, was that it focused more on hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, so one thing I know that he did that was apparently really cool is he did the 3-gun shoot thing with the shotgun, assault rifle, and pistol.
Yes, yeah. So it's a standard training course for shooting guns, where you start off with pistols, and you're going through this course, constantly moving, and you're hitting the targets. Then you put down your pistol, you pick up some sort of semi-automatic gun. You start firing that off. I think the standard is an AR. You tend to fire the AR, and then you put the AR down, then you pick up a shotgun, and then you continue on with the course. And
I don't even think you pick them up. I think traditionally with 3-gun shoot, you have them all slung around you, if I remember correctly.
It depends where you go, but the common ones that maybe normal people would go to, you generally have a table, and you're going through the course. It's a 1-person course. You go through the course, you put your stuff down on the table. Again, it's just gun safety stuff.
Sure.
But if they're doing it in a more controlled environment than just that, then it's more than likely you can have them slung or holstered and things like that.
So, actually, when you Google 3-gun shoot, the third video is Keanu Reeves, doing shit for John Wick.
Oh yeah, no.
He has the pistol holstered, cool. AR on his back, and he picks up the shotgun.
Yeah. What I loved about that movie was all the advertisements weren't all the Fast and Furious stuff. It was this person comes back and this family member was harmed. Whereas I just want to see a whole bunch of cars fly through the air and crash. John Wick was he's back with more action, people trying to kill him. Tune in, to see people die. And Keanu
a lot of it is the first movie was probably about 10-15 minutes of setup for why is he going to murder a bunch of people. Then the rest of the movie is just him just going location to location.
The intro to the second one was basically like, oh fuck, John Wick's coming after us. It's like, who's this dude? And then they like slightly explain him, and then apparently, so in the first one, did he kill somebody with a pencil?
No, there's references to that.
Okay, they make those references in the second movie.
Yeah.
It's like, he killed a guy with a fucking pencil. It's fucking crazy. And the dude's like freaking out.
So in the first, I'm assuming since you've seen the second, you don't particularly care about spoilers for the first. So before anything ever happens, before he kills anybody, Russian mobster's boss steals his car and kills his dog. Then, his Russian mob dad finds out, and he's like, yeah, do you know who you did that to? He's like, that was John fucking Wick. He's not the boogeyman. It's the guy you sent to kill the boogeyman. I once saw him kill like 3 people with a fucking pencil. And this is still, they did a really good job of like building up the hype for how badass he is. They had a really strong payoff.
That was another thing, like the from what people were telling me, was that the first one, he was like some sort of like, legend crazy boogeyman thing, and then you kind of gotta see the boogeyman do boogeyman shit.
Yeah,
this one you saw
really
a lot.
Cool.
You saw a lot more action. There wasn't a lot of like, oh, he's like the mysterious. No, you already knew who he was. Now he's here to fucking just kill everyone.
There was 10 minutes of that in the first one.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot. It's just really good. And the other really good thing I'll say about it, excellent choreography with very clear cinematography.
Yes. Yeah, that was something I really enjoyed about the second one, was that the way they were able to convey the movement, and you always kind of knew what was going on.
Yeah, it almost felt like watching a Chinese martial arts movie or something. Like something like if Jackie Chan wasn't funny, this is the kind of movie he'd almost make,
Yeah,
it's like the reason I love like Clint Eastwood movies or like Van Damme movies. There's a plot, sort of, but it's like Van Damme is the good person, or like Clint Eastwood is a good person. He's gonna kill people. He's gonna win, but the excitement is, will he ever reload? And how many people will he kill?
I will say
he's fired 9 shots in a fucking revolver. How is that possible?
Yeah.
One thing that I really liked actually about at least the Dirty Harry movies specifically is he gets the shit beaten out of him in Dirty Harry.
Oh yeah, the best one, Sudden Impact.
Fucked up. I haven't seen Sudden Impact. I've seen parts of Sudden Impact, but I haven't watched all of it.
It is my favorite. Well, also, it has one of the most uncomfortable scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Which
doesn't he bang like a 19-year-old or something like that?
No, worse. It's like someone gets like sexually assaulted underneath a bridge at a carnival, and then basically the rest of it. No, it's horrible. But like, what happens is she goes into this like vegetative state coma, and basically her sister gets Dirty Harry to help them out. And it's Dirty Harry coming back, finding out what happened, and just killing these people. Like, he shoots someone with his .44 Magnum, like, through a metal wall, hitting him 4 times perfectly, like, in the chest, as he's walking forward.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's Mass Effect.
That new game looks real cool.
Yeah.
I'm also pretty excited about some changes that are coming to Hearthstone. So the new it was Year of the Kraken, so they're cycling to Year of the Mammoth now.
Mm-hmm.
So a bunch of sets are gonna be rotated out soon.
Oh yeah, that's right. They call their sets years.
Yeah, there's going to be what's it called? This year, I don't know if there's going to be any adventures. They're talking about doing a lot of free single-player adventures that are open to everybody as a way to get new cards.
So here's some speculation for you. So Blizzard recently trademarked something, and it was trademarked Return of the Lich King.
Okay.
Now, nobody knows what the fuck that is for.
It could be like World of Warcraft, though.
Well, see, it doesn't really... It could line up with World of Warcraft.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that's the next X-Pack, because Bolvar 4 Dragon is still doing things.
So it doesn't... Currently within the story
Bolvar
of WoW,
4 Dragon is working against the Legion right now with us, isn't he? Okay.
So that's the thing, like, it doesn't really kind of line up with WoW.
Yeah, because we are
WoW
currently working with the Lich King. Yeah.
So now, really, the only thing that a lot of people could think of is that it's some sort of Hearthstone expansion, right?
Which is equally possible.
Because, again, it's more Warcraft stuff.
Yeah. And they haven't done any super Lich King. They did Naxxramas, but that's been about it. And I mean, Naxxramas is
that's not very like Lich King. It's
it's like kind the prequel,
you know. Yeah. So a lot of people are thinking that you said there's going to be single player content with a lot of people going into it, are able to access it or whatever, right? That everyone can access. A lot of people are thinking they're going to add the Death Knight as a class.
I think they've said they're not going to be adding any classes.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain. That would be cool. I have thought of that myself. I have thought, man, it'd be dope if they added the Death Knight, but I'm skeptical of that happening.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's like, what is this trademark for? No one really knows. Also, Blizzard is just sometimes just trademark things and never use them.
Exactly. That's the other thing.
And,
it could be
that's happened a lot.
Yeah.
With the way that the stuff cycles through, this is kind of just a question. I haven't played it before. When they do new, like the year of, what would you say, like Cthulhu or something?
It was the year of the Kraken. And now it's going to be Year of the Mammoth.
Will those packs ever come back? Because I know in Overwatch.
Yes and no. So the way it works is to better balance the game.
I don't think you can go back and get old packs.
Yes, you can.
You can?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
At least I think you can. I need to double check. But I know you can still make the cards. But the way it works, is it's kind of like Magic the Gathering, where you have Standard, which is a subset of all the cards that they've ever made, that they focus on balancing the game around. So,
and Standard is pretty, I think, literally without... I was about to say without exception, but I realized Hearthstone is an exception. It's usually the most recent cards, but how Hearthstone does it is they have the basic set, which never rotates out. Though that is actually part of the news, is there's a series of cards they are actually rotating out of Standard.
Yeah.
They're rotating out Sylvanas, Ragnaros, Azure Drake, Conceal... and I think that's it. Maybe one other card. Cards. I know, that's the problem, is everybody likes those cards, is they're auto-includes in almost every deck.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing you're doing is you keep the cards, and they give you the full dust for it.
Yeah.
So if you up to the amount that you can put in a deck. So if you have a Sylvanas, then you get 1,600 dust.
Oh,
if you have a Sylvanas if you have two Sylvanas, you still only get 1,600 dust.
You can't have two. Those would be auto-dusted, I think.
No, you could. I mean, you could still have two.
Oh, yeah, true.
You could still have them. It just wouldn't do anything for you.
Right. Yeah, I forgot. But
so, I'm a little peeved because Sylvanas is, it's a really great card. It's one of the few legendaries I have. I mean, I actually just dusted one of my other ones because it was a Tinkmaster Overspark who was hard nerfed and kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And, I'd like to craft a rag so I can have him for wild and get the dust to get, I don't know, somebody. They're also, this is more specifically for meta stuff, they're going to be nerfing Pirate Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doubling the cost of Spirit Claws. Small Time Buccaneer only has 1 health now. Which I think are both reasonable changes that won't absolutely murder the decks. I mean, time will only tell, but 1 to 2 mana isn't that bad. I think it's still a okay card. And Small Time Buccaneer, I mean, you just have to... like, half the time you're so aggressive, you don't even care how much health it has.
Exactly. But, yeah, so just kind of go back to Will's question. It basically, you have a subset of cards that they balance the game around. And then when they introduce new stuff, they also balance the game around that. All the other cards fall under what Hearthstone calls wild, which Magic Gathering calls like modern or vintage. Their system's a little bit more complex.
Because Magic has been around for so much longer than Hearthstone has. They have modern, then I think... I can't remember what the other one is called. They have modern, which I think is the past 10 years, I think.
It's been... I don't know. Yeah, but it basically... it's just a subset of cards that is what they only play for tournaments and things like that. It's what they focus the competitive game around.
Do they have the problem where, as you keep going, like I think this was the case in Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's as you introduce new cards and sort of a new meta to it, you basically override or sort of make old cards kind of obsolete or useless.
Absolutely. That is like half the point of having a standard format. The other half is sometimes you can miss, especially for very long-running games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic, you can miss certain interactions that just cause auto-win decks, you know?
Yeah. But basically it's just meant for competitiveness, and if you're... It does provide a barrier to entry, so if you haven't played in forever, you're gonna have to get new stuff if you want to play the standard type of game.
The thing I will say is, though, that at least Hearthstone specifically has a benefit of, is that basic set of these cards that are never going to rotate out. And
except when they do.
Except when they do, but I think that's relatively rare, you know?
Yeah, no,
and you get the dust for new cards for that anyways, you know?
And it's also supposed to be non-intentional. I think these were these are getting a little bit too out of hand. We're constantly seeing these in every single deck. Let's move them out, get a new meta shaken up.
I absolutely would consider most of those cards auto-includes.
Yeah.
Azure Drake is almost certainly an auto-include. Sylvanas is almost certainly an auto-include. Conceal, I think, is just trying for a general nerf to Rogue.
Yeah. The problem was with Conceal that you could set up a crazy combo and then basically protect all of your cards from retaliation until you could set up another crazy combo and one-shot somebody.
But, I mean, they're still with the basic set of Hearthstone. There's still a handful of solid decks you can make. I mean, Mage, their cards are just so good in general.
Oh yeah, no, by far.
But... So there's not like a PvE of this where it releases and takes in, or and takes out cards that you can kind of test out and see how it affects the balance of power.
So there is a PvE, but it's just playing against AI.
Yeah,
okay. That makes sense.
They have scenarios where you can play against other AI opponents and things like that.
And they'll do crazy shit like you're fighting obviously imbalanced opponents,
and you're trying to find a way
to
counteract that by making a crazy deck. It's just different gameplay mode.
Okay, so they basically see the full extent of what the cards can do and track that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what it's for. It's also just like a fun little mini game inside this card game.
Yeah, and it gives you a new perspective. Like, as I've been trying to learn art more, the whole concept of turning your reference upside down or sort of changing your point of view gives you a new way to think about how to build a deck or how to sculpt something or take a photo or whatever it is.
Yeah. But anyways, so that's the Hearthstone changes. Those are still more kind of in talks right now. Like they're not coming out anytime soon, right?
Some of them are. I think the rotating out of standard, I think, is happening soon, and I want to say that the Pirate Warrior nerfs are coming at the end of the month.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about the Pirate Warrior stuff. But yeah, so Will, what you been playing?
I've been super up to date.
Oh boy.
As per my normal style, I found a Game Boy SP in my room.
Oh,
with the charger.
I love when that shit happens.
Yeah, I was looking for a game that I could kind of grind off of easily, like because I turn my computer on when I'm like watching YouTube or doing math, and that's about it, or editing photos. And so I wanted to find something I could easily kind of just spend time on, and I fortunately found Pokemon. And so I've been playing through Emerald a bit. I'm much like the third gym or something.
All right,
and then
let's see if this thing still has batteries. There you go. That's the Game Boy sound.
yeah, like it's sitting next to me charging, but like I found that, and so I've been killing time with that stuff. And then beyond that, played Borderlands with my girlfriend and Plants vs Zombies, because that's an entertaining game. It's not too hard to play.
So how is the Plants vs Zombie game?
It has the same problems that I have with like Overwatch, where it's like it feels like it has its complexities and the different like meta ways to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels kind of lacking in the way it does it. Like you kind of miss out. Like the last one I ever played was Dota 2. And so it was like Dota 2 is so complex, or you have to be very careful about everything you do, along with like the community and how they accept you or don't. And it feels like you don't have the levels or customization that you might have in other games, but it's a lot more casual. Like I could just jump into playing Plants vs Zombies or Overwatch. It may not be good, but I could still have an okay time and do it.
Yeah, and
but you can't get super hard into it.
That's kind of what those games are, made for. Is we want to get people to hop in and have their competitive fix or whatnot, and then be able to just have this kind of lackadaisy environment where it's like you can be competitive, but like you're gonna be called an asshole if you try to be way too competitive, unless you're playing competitive.
Exactly. They have different modes. They have ranked modes for it.
Yeah.
Where you can be a dick to all your opponents and call them noobs or whatever. I don't think you can teabag in those games.
You kind of
probably better.
Well, I know in Overwatch you can crouch, which like that's as close as you're going to get. You can do that, but you're gonna be an idiot.
And probably killed the next second.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall it's pretty fun. Like we weren't playing entirely sober, so I didn't do very well. But it was overall pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point of a game, right? To have fun.
So. Yeah, it's not like you got to drop 1,000 hours. Like I was playing CS:GO a while ago, and man, am I terrible at that game. It was only
I think
like
that's everybody though.
It's only like 40 hours in that I continued to play the same game mode. That is like, oh, I am improving.
I am making
like that's it.
Gradual improvement.
Yeah, like I always played gun game. I think that's what it's called. And basically, through trying every single gun and fighting against AI and people, I sort of got better. But then the next match, I would go like 0-10 and not kill anyone.
God, I can't. What was gun game? I can't remember that.
What you would do is you would get a kill. And if it's particularly special, or you got a select amount of points, you would move up in the ranks. So like you'd start with a pistol, and you move on to like
in CS:GO. Okay, no, I thought
gun game.
Yeah, I thought this was like a standalone game. My brain didn't work.
Fair enough. Yeah, but I played that and got sort of good at all the guns, but never good.
Yeah,
but it was fun, and I could do it and not rage out in the first 10 minutes.
CS:GO is absolutely brutal.
It is. Like, if you don't react first or shoot in the right spot, you're dead.
Basically. Yeah, you just literally have to learn how the guns shoot to get good. It's ridiculous. I put in a little time every once in a while just to chip away at it, but damn.
It takes, like, constant practice. Only, like, Wilson was really good at it.
Wilson has been playing since he was, like, 2 years old.
He's also
he had
Asian,
dropped so many hours.
He's got that racial bonus.
Yeah, he's got a racial bonus.
He's got like +4 wisdom to CS:GO. I've been playing D&D too. Well, not recently, and I was playing Man-Bat, which is remarkably broken because it has like +4 to wisdom.
Yeah, I don't think Man-Bat is a standard.
Yeah, that's not a standard thing. You're gonna have to describe what a Man-Bat is.
Oh, well, I mean, I could figure out what a Man-Bat is, at least personally, but that's not one of the standard races used.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to have to kind of describe this right now.
Yeah, but it's like, what it is, it's basically like any of the animal hybrid kind of races. So okay. Like the expansion. But it has a weird bonus to wisdom. And so basically, your ability to cast spells is incredible, but at the same time, you have a negative bonus to any defense or attack. So like if you get hit, run, just keep moving forward, but you can cast anything like kind of almost free without like failure.
What class are you playing? Because there is a correct answer to this question.
I was initially playing cleric, transitioning into necromancer.
Oh boy, you got to go for monk because monks their AC is based off of their wisdom and their dexterity. Okay. Yeah. So you'd get that wisdom bonus to your dex. I know because, I also play D&D with a group.
Everyone plays D&D.
Yeah, everybody plays D&D. It's so good. I love D&D so much.
I've lost my group. It's sad.
I'm about to switch off. With somebody else in my group wants to try DMing, and I'm perfectly okay with that. And I'm going to be making Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Because, the subset of Monk, Sun Soul Monk, is literally a Dragon Ball Z character. So how can I not make that?
Exactly.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do like, because there's this weird long-running joke that my spirit animal is 5 pistol shrimp. Yeah. And so I've always wanted to do just like a really large floating one to just take all the stats of like a different race, but like have like one noodly appendage that's like abnormally strong, and like maybe it can't hold a weapon, but it can just like has a natural whip built into it, and you can like bonus that with magic.
I don't know how any of this would work, but I think it has to.
It has to.
I know. I've wanted to so badly. It sounds hilarious. To do this. I just don't have a group anymore. Like,
lame.
It's so sad. I don't know anyone nearby that does it.
Yeah.
I mean, the groups that me and Jake both run, I know, are online. So definitely just like find a couple of people who aren't necessarily already in a group or are open to trying one, and get one going yourself. You know.
And also know how to like work a computer. That's like step one.
I honestly not even that. You can get Discord on your phone.
Well, no, like work a computer, i.e., like they need to know how to do like Roll20 shit.
Honestly, I don't even use Roll20. I know it'd make my life like infinitely easier.
It makes your life infinitely easier, but infinitely harder because they're expecting some sort of graphic on that fucking bullshit.
So it's like when you're told when you have an open book exam in college.
Yeah.
You have all of that openness because you need all of it.
Yeah. Basically.
So it's not just like on your honor, where like you can roll at your house.
I mean, you can do that. That's actually what I do. Because, I don't know, like, the way I look at it is it's going to depend on your group whether that's something that you can get away with or not. But at least personally with my group, everyone just kind of has fun with the group storytelling stuff, you know?
That's the fun, the spontaneity of it.
Yeah, that's where they get the fun out of it. So I don't have to deal with any of the kind of BS of min-maxers. Also, it helps that I'm literally the only person in my group who had played D&D before, so I don't think any of them could min-max if they tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know enough that.
Yeah, I have veteran people that they'll min-max, but they also put story first. But it's just nice because they can't avoid, like, oh, I rolled bad, but I didn't roll a 1, And no, you rolled a fucking 1, and you're gonna get punished the shit for it.
Silly things are going to happen.
Yeah.
I have my D20 attempts to kill the players horribly. I roll so many goddamn crits. I've rolled so many crits.
So I have like a lot of NPC stuff going on in my campaign, and I'll roll for one NPC or roll the 1. All right. The other NPC gets attacked for opportunity. Roll the 1 on that. It's just a fucking back and forth between them just fucking up royally.
So what I've had happen before is I had it so the crit fail for one enemy was that they accidentally attacked their ally. Then on the attack roll on their ally, they crit that roll. So they accidentally crit their friend.
Yeah.
And so how would you go about starting all this? Like, is there a particular community or just like you email friends? Or...
Friends. Always friends. Do it with
honestly,
friends.
You will very possibly be absolutely shocked how many people you know who desperately want to play D&D. They just don't have a way to.
Yeah. Or they just haven't thought about it, but yeah, like a lot of people like playing D&D.
I know. Back. Shit, I actually said where a location. Oh, well. Edit it out in post.
You're gonna have to make me edit this. I've been so happy.
Edit it out in post.
I've been so happy because I have not had to actually edit the past like 3 podcasts, and then you're like, "Well, we're just gonna drop fucking locations."
But I mean, they don't know any time frame of like when.
It doesn't matter. I have to edit it.
That's fair.
But either way, back at location, on a whim, I was like, "Hey, do you guys want to play?" Then that session or that group is I'm think is still running. I don't know if they're still playing. I mean, you would know better than I would,
Portland's
Jake.
Group?
Yeah,
they're still playing.
Yeah, that kind of started on a whim, like almost a year ago.
Yeah.
No, over a year ago now.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, sounds excellent. I'll have to do that. I know some people that have a ton of dice or have played it before.
Yes, if they've played it before, they want to play it again.
Yeah, generally.
I'll have to wait till after the busy season for accounting to start that one up.
That's fair.
Yeah, because he works like 80-hour weeks now. But
out
of busy season, he works like 20-hour weeks.
Yeah,
okay, that's a little better.
I'm assuming busy season is like around
it's like the end
tax,
of the fiscal year. Yeah,
end of the fiscal year tax season.
Exactly. It's terrible now. Like,
oh, I bet.
He gets home at like 11 o'clock all the time. And even on like Sundays.
To be fair, that's about when I get home, like on some days doing grad school shit.
You're also an absolute work monster, though.
Yeah, sometimes I'm really lazy. Like, you forget that. Like, if I'm in a
sometimes.
Group... Well, the thing is, like, if I'm in a work group, I don't need it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Sometimes you're so lazy, you don't have enough laziness to be lazy. You're like, I'm working anyways. I can't stop now.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's just like I'm too lazy to stop working to be lazy.
But it makes sense though, because like I know that's what happens when I get into work. If I'm ever focused on something, if I'm focused, I can get all the work done because I'm finally focused.
Yeah.
But if I'm half focused, I'm getting 0 done, and I will get more distracted than anything else.
Oh yeah. Distraction is a huge fucking thing. But
that's why it's that random music on. I can't touch it.
Yeah. So let's see. I've started back on Final Fantasy 15. Been getting back into that. Man, the combat system is so weird. Coming from another game called Neo, which is Samurai Dark Souls, where it's a little bit more methodical. Final Fantasy is just like run in and just mash the button. or hold button and do shit. It's switching between those two games is like the worst idea.
You know what might be worse is switching between a Souls style game and then going to something like Metal Gear Rising Revengeance or something like that, a spectacle fighter.
Yeah. Well, that actually wouldn't be too bad, because like spectacle fighter stuff, you're focused on dodging and doing all this crazy shit, right? Which is
it's just so much faster paced.
Oh yeah,
though.
it's way more faster paced, but it's kind of like the same thing with Final Fantasy 15, where you don't necessarily have to think about what you're doing and when you're doing it. Again, it's like that fast paced style thing you're bringing up. But yeah, Samurai Dark Souls, also known as Neo, really fun game. Made
honestly,
by
like
Team Ninja.
I absolutely would never consider getting an Xbox One, but I do kind of want a PS4. Granted, it's for a handful of games, and because, girlfriend's family has PlayStation Plus, so I could just mooch off of that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have to pay for online. But
that's what I do.
Really need to play Uncharted.
I hate paying for online. I that's why I just don't do it. Like I refuse to. And in 2 weeks, day of the episode. In 2 weeks when it's like, it's about 2 weeks. In 2 weeks when the Nintendo Switch comes out, like I'm not gonna pay for.
Does that mean Breath of the Wild is coming out in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it comes out March 3rd.
Holy shit. March 3rd?
Cool. Yeah. Did you not know that?
I know what I'm doing March 3rd then.
I don't know if it comes out for the Wii U on March 3rd.
It does.
Okay.
I hope it does. I'll be pissed if it does.
Yeah, I know.
I also need to figure out if I want to.
The Switch and everything else comes out March 3rd, so that's what I'm doing. And it's the same day as school breaks for spring break, so that's all I am doing.
Would you not have grading to do over spring break? Or are you just gonna like...
You think I care about my students' grades?
Yeah.
Also, don't front on us. I know that shit is auto-graded for you.
It's auto-graded. Sometimes I have to take an average of like the 3 auto-grades it does.
Yeah, it's March 3rd for Wii U as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, like
oh my god, that's less than 2 weeks. That's a week from this Friday.
Yeah, it's a week from this Friday. It's like 12 days.
Well, I know what the AAA game I'm getting myself for my birthday this year.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I can't wait for the Nintendo Switch to come out. I'm trying to beat like Final Fantasy 15 and the other games I have for PS4 before then. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's about
Jack,
that busy month for game releases. So next month, Yooka-Laylee comes out.
No, not even next month. This month. Guess what game comes out this month?
What's coming out this month?
Nier Automata.
I thought that had been out. I thought you played that. You tweeted a picture of a butthole.
Demo. It's the demo.
Oh,
the game doesn't come out
okay.
until February 28th, and originally, Persona 5 was supposed to come out February 14th. Like, and then it got pushed back because of localization shit.
So, you know what else comes out February 28th is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Fuck, that was the other game. Fuck.
Yeah, this is the busy season coming up, because next month we have Breath of the Wild, new Mario game, new Nintendo console, Yooka-Laylee, and the new Mass Effect game are all coming out next month.
What new Mario game's coming out?
That was the real world
Switch.
one, right?
No, that's not coming out till holiday.
Is it? I thought that was a launch title.
No, it's not a launch title. The only AAA launch title they have that is like brand new IP is Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Yeah, they staggered their releases for the main Nintendo games to kind of push the Switch into the holiday season as well.
Okay.
That's smart.
I still need to decide if I want to trade in the Wii U for the Switch.
I think, do you have any Wii U games you need to play?
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, we got a bunch of Wii U games. I am assuming it can play Wii U games.
To play is what I'm saying. There's no backwards compatibility between the two
Oh, there's
consoles.
not? Okay, then no, I'm not going to bother with that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Wii U games, and they're still going to be coming out with stuff for a while.
Yeah.
Are there any new handheld Nintendo games coming out beyond the Switch?
Not
is the DS getting discontinued?
Yes no, I only know of one that's coming out. Because the Switch is supposed to be a handheld home console hybrid, right?
Yeah, but what's the fate of the DS and all that stuff?
It's probably.
I assume
they're gonna.
I don't think they're gonna get rid of it.
They're gonna slowly phase it out, if anything, depending on the success of.
I highly doubt it, just because of the price difference.
Success, they will.
I could see that, yeah, because this might fill the niche of what it is for a little bit more. Plus, they're integrating Pokemon. They're integrating a lot of other games that have only ever been on the handheld.
Yeah. The game that I can think of that is big coming from Nintendo for the DS is the remake of the first Fire Emblem game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So they're remaking the first one. They're adding a story, and they're actually doing a lot of cool new shit with the Fire Emblem genre. They're adding dungeon stuff where you can actually run around and initiate combat that way. It's
that was kind of a thing in Sacred Stones.
Yeah. This is more so 3D.
Yeah. So speaking of Fire Emblem, there was the Fire Emblem mobile game, the gacha.
Yeah,
we talked about that last time.
Talked about it last week.
I enjoyed it. I've stopped playing it, but that's no particular reason.
That's what I'm saying. Is I'm stuck at the office or I'm stuck on the toilet, and I'm like, well, gotta get my strategy game fixed.
Yeah, and I think it does a great job of that microcosm of a Fire Emblem encounter.
Yeah.
Gives you a pretty condensed version that you can do in 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, it makes it more casual, but it's still Fire Emblem, so it's
you're not having to think a lot, but you
can if you want.
But I mean, if you guys talked about that, then there is other newer things probably to talk about. I picked up on a pretty good sale the Elder Scrolls MMO.
Oh yeah?
Which is decent.
Okay.
I'll definitely look forward to playing it with the girlfriend. But I'm not a huge fan of the combat. It doesn't feel weighty enough, is what I'd say. It's not weighty enough to get the enjoyment that I get out of combat in Elder Scrolls, and it's not spammy enough to get the enjoyment that I get out of playing WoW.
Okay.
Is Destiny 2 ever coming out? Because I heard that was a rumor. Will it ever be on PC?
It is going to be on PC. They have said they're eventually going to make it. It is going to be on PC. I've confirmed that because I am a secret real big fan of Destiny. I've played a bunch of just the base game, and I have had a blast with it every time.
I've never had a console, and I've always wanted to play Destiny.
It
looks
you would love Destiny.
Quick amendum, Nier Automata comes out February 23rd, Horizon comes out February 28th. Either way, the fuck.
Great combo.
Right. I'm hoping the PC version of Nier Automata comes out.
So
yeah, it's supposed to come out. It says Windows, so hopefully that comes out all well and good.
And to answer your question there, Will, Q3 this year is apparently when Destiny 2 is supposed to come out.
That'll be excellent.
I expect it will
many hours.
I expect it'll get delayed about a year, if I had to guess, just from the uncertainty of the release date at this point, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it is going to be on PC. I'm absolutely going to get it. I loved Destiny 1 and everything I put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played 10 minutes and loved it.
Honestly, you can get it for $360. I mean, you can get it and a 360 for $60. these days.
Yeah,
Well, that's true. I saw it for like 15 at GameStop. Can't you do offline?
You can get a free month.
Story?
Oh no, you can't. You can't. It's an MMO. It's online only.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's real fun though.
Yeah, it is.
I've had a good time with it. I haven't really dove into the raids, which I mean, raids are where the real content is for any FPS, or sorry, not FPS, MMO. And I have kind of I think I've finished the story content, and I think I'm only like halfway to level cap or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it could just my enjoyment of it could just be I get to play it in the right kind of doses, if that makes sense. Like
yeah, that makes sense.
If you sat me in a room with Destiny and you're like, you can't leave this room for the next 2 days, then I'd probably get pretty sick of Destiny.
Right.
Or I could get pretty sick of Destiny. But, getting to play for a day, like a day session once every few months, it's pretty great.
Yeah, because there's some games that that I've seen or been a part of that in order to get farther, to do the harder dungeons or raids, it's like a 12-hour raid or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
I don't have time for or the attention span of. It has to be blocked off better than that.
WoW actually does a really good job of doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Which Jake could tell you extensively about, considering he's been with a raiding guild for years now.
Yep. It's been about like 9-ish years.
Wow. So are you just like the Grand Marshal of the guild now, or
No.
That's DK.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your best
that's
friend.
my friend.
Yeah. And maybe eventually I'll try and join the guild. I mean, it's just a matter of me renewing my WoW sub and being able to be like, yeah, I want to pay $15 a month for a while.
You should. Like,
I should.
It's like, if you want to hit it up and get a lower, cheaper price, like 6 months is, 6 months is, what do you call it? If you get 6 months, that's $12 a month. But then you can also pay for your subscription in WoW Gold, which has shot through the roof because news section now, they've allowed you to transfer that gold into BattleNet currency.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so now you can buy Overwatch loot boxes or just more video games from Blizzard.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And that's how you get people to come back and play all of your video games.
It's true.
It's
though.
like if was it Sunny dollars were an effective way to get people in.
Yeah, no, like I have been I have paid up for my WoW subscription just by playing WoW all the way up until like August or September or something like that. And I haven't had to pay for it. Somebody else has fronted that bill and I've just given Blizzard my time investment in the game.
Yeah.
Is that because you're in a guild that you can farm that much cash? Or
No,
could you actually do that as an
it's just
individual?
more, I played a lot.
That would do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's playing a lot and like being familiar with the game. Like if you sat me down and me and Jake both had WoW accounts. Jake had like 5 hours to make as much gold as he could, and I had a week. Jake would still blow me out of the goddamn water.
Yeah, especially if I was actively I'm not actively trying to make gold. That's the other thing.
Is there a way to, because the only game I play like this was RuneScape, for years having a membership. Can you merch into that game? Like,
can you what?
Specifically buying and selling, even if it was like a minor processing of goods.
Yes, you can completely.
Yeah, there's an auction house.
Yeah, there's an auction house. You can basically, a lot of people make their gold by selling things on the auction house.
Okay, because I know in that game, once you hit like 1 mil, it's just cruising for cash. Like you can just buy up like 1,000 half-made pizzas and just like build up your cooking in maybe 4 hours and cook them all, add anchovies, sell them back for double the price.
Yeah, WoW is similar.
Like
a lot of how the auction house works is it's people who want to take want to make money, getting money from people who don't care how much they're spending for a thing a lot of times.
Yeah.
That's a good system.
Yeah. So, I might be wanting, I want to level up my character's engineering stat, but I don't want to fucking train him in mining, go through all the mining that I need for these materials, buy all the materials. Let's just hop on the auction house,
and buy what I need. Yeah.
It'll be like overpriced stuff relatively to how much effort it takes. But, I get what I want, they get what they want, who cares?
Yeah, it's the thing is, you don't want to put in that amount of effort. Like, you can do it, but, like, you'd rather just spend the gold.
It makes sense.
It's the kind of excuse of progression DLC where you can pay to progress through things. It's like, you may not have the time, but you have the money you want to invest into it.
Yeah, I get it. I've done stuff like that, just except with crafting or with a focus on grinding.
Yeah.
To make more money.
Yeah. All right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, any last minute crazy news stuff we want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not like any weird weather or video game stuff coming out.
Oh, I mean, there's plenty of crazy shit coming out, but not
on this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty to talk about, but the point of it isn't to turn people off.
So, let's see. I'm just quickly scrolling through gaming news real quick. Yeah, I don't see anything cool. It's all like, what is the best PC gaming chair? And I'm like, I don't give a shit.
What is the new Pokemon coming out? Is that like a cap for Sun and Moon?
That's gonna be a while. They just came out with Sun and Moon a couple.
Because it's off the Switch, right?
Well, on the Switch, you know how they have like the first two games, like Red and then Blue, and then they have Green,
like the Emerald,
or like
whatever the ones are.
Yeah, they have like Silver, Sapphire, and then Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, Silver, Gold, Crystal. But the Crystal thing, one for Sun and Moon, is like Pokemon Stars, or at least I think that's what people are calling it. It might be called that, but that is going to be on the Switch, and that's kind of more in the future, as far as I can tell. They don't have like a release date or even a release year, as far as I can know.
Okay.
So I have some almost news that I just found.
Almost news.
A couple of things of almost news. One, apparently, if a few Switches were stolen in the U.S.
Oh.
And I don't know what's going on with them, but they've been stolen. And also more Switch news. Square Enix has apparently been considering putting 14 on the Switch. Which would be very interesting because, in case those of you out there who don't know,
14
it's an MMO. It's WoW style MMO.
There you go. Yeah, that's kind of at least interesting. It's I mean that game is already console ready. It they've had it for the PS4. And I think Squeenix wants to get back into bed with Nintendo. And I think with Nintendo charging for services, online services...
Which is some bull.
Yeah, which is bullshit. But
I thought it was cheap, though. It was like $10 a year or something.
I don't...
Any amount of money
Any amount of money.
Much.
I'm paying for internet per month. I don't think I should be paying, another somebody to use my internet,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But, anyways, I think because of that, they're probably going to get 14. I mean, it's already console ready and things like that.
Then I saw... so apparently this is another slight bit of news that Capcom was artificially increasing the load times on the PC for Street Fighter V.
Yes, they were doing that, so people would not complain about the load times on the PS4.
Yes.
It's funny.
It's like funny, but also like hilariously like just strangulating mad, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. It sounds like it, but that's such a lame way of actually doing that.
Yeah. It's pretty shitty. Um, what is it? Also Horizon Zero Dawn. Was it the Horizon Zero Dawn? Apparently is locked at 30 frames per second no matter what. Which we didn't talk about it too much, but Neo, Samurai Dark Souls, does a really cool thing with its game. So you can take the 30 frames a second, you can get it so that the graphics look a lot better, you know, things are shinier and stuff like that, but it's running at 30 frames a second. You can get it in between where it's running at a variable frame rate around 30 frames, maybe a little bit higher. Graphics are a little bit more mixed, or you can get it running at 60 frames per second on with a little bit lower graphics settings.
Well, that's cool. I would do that.
No, I fucking love it because I like playing 30 frames a second. Really fucking annoying.
Yeah,
Like,
it's pretty
tremendously annoying, especially since my PS4 is hooked up to my PC monitor. You notice those frames a lot more when you're closer. But that's a little disappointing. I can't say that I'm not surprised by that. I just assume most console games run at 30, and if they don't, like, I will praise them, because then, you know, generally they're running at 60. So if they run at 60, I will praise them for doing that, and I will say that, like, all games need to have that sort of options field.
Yeah,
I mean, even for consoles, like, I understand a lot of these people on consoles, that's part of the reason they don't, is because they don't want to deal with the fiddling of options.
Well,
PC does.
that's what I think Neo does a really good thing. It's like, how do you want your game to run? You have three options: 30, variable between 30 and 60, or 60. What do you want? And it delivers 60 frames per second really well.
But it also just kind of highlights the facts that, especially these days, consoles are just kind of shitty PCs.
Oh yeah,
unless your name is Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, that's always the case. Like, they're never going to match the upgrading and fast movement of PCs.
Oh,
like,
it never will.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how the world works right now. But it's the fact that they're now offering that they really need to. Because more and more, especially if they're trying to pull all this exclusive bullshit out of their ass, like, they have to.
Yeah.
Just to maintain the audience, especially because you were talking about, because they're pulling Isaac onto the Switch, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's going to run at 60. It's an indie game. It's not, like, the most intensive.
But they're trying to make a larger community to attract to.
Yes.
Like, even if you start pulling indie games, even if you had to fight for it.
I don't think Binding of Isaac is going to gain too much audience by moving to
that
game
has been out on everything.
Yeah, it's even out on phones. I think the community is, like, it's there, it exists, it's great, but I do think it's pretty niche, you know.
Yeah,
but the audience, like, the potential to have indie games come out, and to have, even if you sold it as like a weird pack of like the orange box of like indie games that were fairly successful on Steam.
But even if they do that, it's not going to move the console, if you know what I mean.
But it might sell or tip someone on, like, if you're debating, like, do I want this or this? Like,
they can be like, I can play some of these games like Isaac on the go now. That might tip somebody, you know?
Yeah, that.
I didn't say like dramatic shit, as like benefit to, like, I could do this
straw on the camel's back.
Yeah, exactly. Just enough to maybe make a decision to buy it.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Isaac is just, it's so good. So good. I love that game.
Yeah.
Still haven't bothered buying Afterbirth Plus yet.
Oh, you sons of a... That's what I could have gotten you.
That's also true. I'm still just playing Anti-Birth and just Anti-Birth. Also, I just need the meme mods.
Yeah, you got to get that NLSS mod.
Yeah, the NLSS mod. I love the job. Oh man, there was an episode of Northern Line doing the Binding of Isaac where he was playing. He didn't realize he had it on for like 10 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, but yeah. So I think that's gonna do it for this podcast, unless somebody's got some hot, juicy gaming news.
We could talk about
did
steaks
you guys
or something.
talk about the
juicy.
Freedom Bundle from Humble Bundle?
The Freedom Bundle.
Was that for charity Humble Bundle?
Yeah, it's for the ACLU. It's ridiculously giant. Here's a list of the first row of games.
There's even books on there too.
It's $30 to unlock any games, but just the first row of games is The Witness, Stardew Valley, Day of the Tentacle, Overgrowth Early Access, and Nuclear Throne. That's row 1 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12. Oh, sorry. 12, 13, 14. 14 times 4
a shit ton of games
is
on here.
56 things in this bundle.
Because there's books, audiobooks, games.
Yeah, some are books, some are comics, but it's still mostly games and a lot of good ones.
Some of it's actually art, or not art, music.
Too.
Literally price-wise alone, I think the first 2 items are $30 alone. I know Stardew Valley is
$30. Like,
is it?
Yeah, hold on. The Witness is $40 by
The Witness
itself.
is so it's worth it from The Witness alone.
Yeah.
Never mind the 55 other items in this group. A lot of them are really good. Hand of Fate is awesome. Chroma Squad is supposed to be really good.
Invisible Ink.
Guacamelee is awesome. Sproggywood is really good. Mini Metro is really, really good. Oh, and Jake, you're going to like this one. R in a nutshell.
Oh god, I can learn about R.
That's hard.
Yeah.
No, even like, because they have like Super Hexagon, the Stanley Parable, VVV.
They got a lot. Oh, they got Mini Metro. That is a relaxing as fuck game. I love that game.
It's so good. Yeah, Mini Metro is phenomenal.
Yeah, it fills that niche of kind of like Factorio, where it's like, am I doing this correctly in the most efficient way? Which the answer is no, you never are. It's a Metro system. Yeah, I was thinking about this bundle, but I'm like, man, I don't need that many games. Like, I gotta beat games I have.
Yeah.
Like, that is something I'm actively trying to avoid, is buying new games. You see how well that's working out. And...
I gotta prep for March, man.
Oh, God, yeah.
Breath of the Wild is gonna eat up so much time for me.
Oh, yeah, no, it's going to be crazy. But, yeah, like, I've been trying to beat as many games as I can in like as little time as possible, because there's so many new games coming out that I really, really want, but I really, really can't get.
This is just how February to March always is.
It's fucking awful. And then like I end up just playing WoW.
Yeah. I also need to play more WoW. I really want to level my mage, play some more mage.
That was like the thing. I was like, all right, over winter break, I'm gonna beat Final Fantasy 15. Guess what I did over winter break? I just played WoW. I mean, I played Final Fantasy 15, but I didn't play like a lot of it.
Honestly, you should hit me up when you're on break. I might have to pull some no-lifings while I'm applying to jobs and shit, and play a fuck ton of WoW with you.
Yeah, man. Oh god, and then I won't be able to do Breath of the Wild. You fucking son of a bitch.
I mean, I'm gonna be in the same boat too then.
How about you just, like, one of us comes over to the other one's house, and then we just play Breath of the Wild until we die.
Did we have this planned for something before? I feel like we did.
Probably.
It might have been Street Fighter.
Probably.
If you guys do this on a weekend, I could come as well.
Oh,
and you could do,
I mean, it's break. Like, we're going to be...
Well, not for me.
Well,
like,
not for you.
Yeah, I still have to work. But like, if you do it on like a Friday, I could drive up, and like you could do more of the fighting stream as well.
Yeah.
Are we about to start planning a reunion of Friday night fights?
The computer
I think we possibly should.
I would want to, but the computer has to kind of stay here.
I mean, I have one of those.
But is it stream ready?
Doubtful.
Yeah.
My internet definitely isn't.
Yeah, like, and that's more of like, is it stream ready?
That's true.
Yeah. I don't know if I can actually do the weekend thing. I know I might bum around with Jack. Just trying to beat Breath of the Wild. Like, I'll bring.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing with the Switch. I can bring my Switch, play it while he plays it on his TV on the Wii U.
Oh shit. And I'm a bum, so I'm free during the week.
Yeah.
/ on those jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to start that again too, so it's not super exciting.
But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us. But thank you for listening, and if you liked what you enjoyed, please subscribe, and we'll catch you guys. Probably not next week, but maybe a week after. Who knows? We're doing like some weird, whenever we get the chance, bi-weekly podcast shit.
I mean, I'll run every 2 weeks.
I'm at least going to be consistent now that I'm not having things taken out of my throat.
But see, I might not be because of grad school just kicking my ass.
Yeah, and I could do every week. I just have to schedule it out.
Yeah. But...
So problem solving is going to become podcasting. I'm sure Professor will be understanding.
Yeah,
how
obviously.
Important this is and how crucial this is.
But yeah, thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys sometime in the future. Peace.
See ya.
Yeah, see you.